Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. All right, folks, coming to the cage next. A fight between a guy who's tired of being counted out and a guy who fights like he's trying to hit the finish him button before Bruce Buffer even gets out of the octagon. It's Miles Chapo Johns versus Gene Matsumoto, and we're deep in the bantamweight blender for this one. Let's crack it open. Miles Chapo Johns coming in at plus 225 with a record of 15-3. Chapo is the guy who shows up with lunch pail energy and knockout power. He's built like a tank, fights like a wrestler who fell in love with boxing, and has the kind of career arc that screams perennial underdog with main character energy. You want to root for the guy. He's been through injuries, drug suspensions, and UFC-level gatekeeping, and he's still here. Johns comes with a wrestling background, Kansas 5A champ, solid top control, good hips, but ironically, he'd rather not wrestle unless he has to. His takedown accuracy in the UFC is 20%, which isn't exactly Khabib-esque, but he uses the threat of the takedown to land bombs upstairs. His jab is nasty, his pull counter is clean, and when he finds the chin, you're taking a nap. He's also tough as a stale Popeyes biscuit. Johns has been in some rough spots, especially in that Felipe Lima fight, but he doesn't quit. He'll get tired, get cracked, then rally like Rocky with better footwork. His defense, not bad, 67% striking D, but he's still hittable when exchanges heat up. And he's not exactly drowning people in volume either. More of a one clean shot changes the fight type than a Nick Diaz cardio death swarm guy. One red flag, Chapo's had some, let's say, supplemental adventures. One fight overturned for Turinabol, another flagged for Adderall. The man's had more USADA meetings than most fighters have media days. But say what you will, he shows up, he throws down, and he wants his respect. Gene Matsumoto coming in at minus 285 with a record of 16-1. All right, here's Gene Matsumoto, 16 wins, 11 finishes. And he fights like someone dared him to complete the entire UFC career mode on expert difficulty in one weekend. This guy is pure aggression in a cage. Lands 6.27 significant strikes per minute with 50% accuracy, and most of those are heavy. Gene doesn't tap you, he thuds. His pace is insane, his combinations are fluid, and he hits the gas like it's round one of Mortal Kombat and you picked Liu Kang. But it's not just the hands. Matsumoto is also a BJJ black belt with 5 submission wins, including triangles and arm triangle chokes that look like they belong on a 10th planet highlight reel. You don't want to grapple with this guy unless you enjoy feeling your ribs bend the wrong way. Now, he's not untouchable. That defense? 44% striking defense, which basically means he's taking 2 to land 1. He's also absorbing 4.56 strikes per minute, and he got dropped by Daniel Marcos before storming back to win. So yeah, he's human. Just the kind of human who turns cage fights into chaos and dares you to match his pace. The only question? Can he do this against top-tier guys consistently? Because aside from the Marcos win, he's still facing the "is he legit?" whispers. But so far, the answer's looking like a yes. He's dynamic, durable, and dangerous everywhere. So, who wins? If this turns into a clean, technical striking match with feints, footwork, and pacing, Chapo might have something. His jab is legit, his counters are sharp, and he's got the power to flip the fight with one clean right hand. He's also a gritty wrestler who can score a takedown or two and stall Matsumoto's rhythm. But that's a big if, because Gene Matsumoto is going to come out like a caffeinated hurricane. He doesn't wait, doesn't respect your timing, and doesn't let you think. He floods the zone with pressure, volume, and violence. And if he gets you hurt, he's either TKOing you or wrapping up your neck like it owes him rent. Miles has the tools to hang. But surviving Gene's pace is like surviving a toddler's sugar high. It's possible, but the odds are not in your favor. Official pick, Gene Matsumoto via 3rd round TKO. I think Chapo has enough grit to survive the early fire, even win some exchanges, but Matsumoto's pressure, accuracy, and volume are going to break through eventually. 3rd round comes around, Johns is slowing and Gene's still sprinting. It's a barrage of strikes, maybe a takedown thrown in for seasoning, and eventually the ref stepping in to save Miles from himself. Gene's climbing, folks. And right now, he's not taking the stairs. He's blowing through walls. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.